welcome back to our channel. It is just Laura here again with the kids in the background and Michelle filming. In today's video, I'm going to be going over how I organize our homeschool carts, so stay tuned. Alright, so I ended up getting 3 carts. I got these carts just off Amazon. I like the color and I thought I got one before and I felt it was a good structure, so I ended up getting 3 more. So my two more. So the cart over here, the back here, it's pretty much just right now the cart where it just has all like the art supplies. So it's got the pencils and the paints and crayons and the watercolor stuff. So it's more like the arts and craft one at the moment. I don't know if it'll always stay that for right now. That's just what I did because I don't have a set homeschool room in our home right now. It's just where we kind of sit down right next to our kitchen, like our kitchen nook area. So I was like, I saw all these moms using carts. I thought that's such a great idea. I can roll them. We have a downstairs hall closet that they can fit in. So at the end of the day, we can roll them away or over the weekend. So the homeschool stuff's not always out. So I like the idea of the cart. So it's worked really well for us so far. And the kids each have their own cart, as you can see here, and they both really enjoy being in charge of their own carts. So I'm now going to go over kind of how I organize the carts. Tell them what's on your cart.
I got
labels. We have to still label up stuff for classical conversation.
My morning routine book.
Yeah. That's our Friday. More than words, and we just do that just on Friday mornings.
Yeah.
That's our Friday morning devotion. Yeah.
Bible.
Your Bible. Yeah.
And
write the word.
Write the word for the kids.
And then what's this up here that you do? What's all this? You need to pull this out so you can show them. What's this? Turn to the camera. We don't need that. This is their the book I use to write their to-do list.
You grab this, open it up to the page. I'm just going to open it up to the page. And then...
So when do you do this? When do we do this? In the morning to kind of, is Mom still getting ready?
And then you copy it.
You copy the sentences and then you practice on whatever they're teaching you to draw?
And then you do the date. Then you do the dates.
Yeah, so I know what day you girls did this. So this is part of their morning time. Yeah, thank you so much, Lila, for your help. So like I said, this is her cart, so it kind of gets rearranged every day as I kind of figure out the best flow for it, but I think right now it's set up kind of how we typically have it. So this is, again, I got a lot of this stuff from April 5 Schoolhouse Mom over on Instagram. She shares so much, and she's also a mom that's also has done classical conversations, and she does this, so I follow a lot with her because I'm doing classical conversation plus doing anything else she kind of recommends, which is just pretty much handwriting and reading and math, which I did go over in the other video. But I got this little bamboo stand that she recommended, so I said this is kind of what I prep the night before. I will pull this out, set this on the table, open it up sometimes to the lesson, otherwise I have the kids open up. So they each have one of those. So this is just what I've written down the days and everything that I kind of want them to do. This eventually my goal is with this is that it'll, over time as they get older, they'll become more independent, that they're like, okay, they can keep track of when they do work, what they get done and what they don't get done. So that's kind of like my goal. So I'm kind of training them that this is like the to-do list and this is help them keep organized and on track of things. Alright, so the top level, I pretty much have this, so it's easy to grab. This is a Brother's Keeper. It's about a course helping with sibling and family, so it's been really fun. We do this on Fridays. So over here is where a lot of the main extra stuff is stored. So I have this is Lila's, so this is her All About Reading binder. This is her morning warm-up Bible, which she showed you. She pulls out and does that every morning. And then this is where she holds her 2 handwriting. We have her print one and her cursive one. The More Than Words, that's the devotion we just do on Fridays. And then this is a kaleidoscope coloring book, so I got that to do along with it. We're going through the book of Matthew right now in our morning Bible time, so then I do this as a supplement of going further enhancing what we're talking about. So they color as I do that. Now this is something new up here. It's an activity book that I got from another classical conversation mom. It was made by a mom and her kids through classical conversations. This is going over cycle 2, which is what we're in. So this is something new that will be added. I think I only do it like once a week with them, per week. So that's also up there. So that's kind of like the up. Oh, then they also have their Bible journal. So what I do with them, I kind of keep them engaged. They they write one verse from whatever scripture we read that day, and then they draw something that came from it. So that's what that's for. So they kind of do that again as I'm reading it, since I want to help them listen but also be engaged on something to keep them focused. So that's really helps. The second level on this cart, as Lila pointed out, she has her Bible and her write the word, and she knows, she just comes over and grabs that when she's doing that. This is all of her all about reading. So when we sit down to do that, she grabs this, and then we grab these. On the bottom level of her cart is where I put her math. So it's the Good and the Beautiful math, and then this is just an old prayer book that they have in Good and the Beautiful handwriting. They're just extra things if ever needed. So that's pretty much her cart. It's very simple, not much on it. But this is her basics, her reading, her math, her Bible, and any of the extra stuff that we're going through. So this is my other daughter's cart, and again, it's very similar to her sister's cart. She has her morning time, write the word. She also has her notebook of where she puts her to-do list. She has her morning warm-up binder, something a little fun to do in the morning to kind of get us going. And she has her all about reading and all about spelling up here as well. Her More Than Words, that new activity book that we have for classical conversations, her coloring book to go with the Bible, her Bible journal, and then her handwriting stuff is up here as well. So that's kind of like the top row, the bigger things that they can get to more often. Down here, again, she has her Bible, and she also has her Write the Word book as well. So they do that in the mornings as well. Then she has some of the books I got to read aloud to them for classical conversations, but she kind of wants to read them too, so she puts them in her little cart here. Her Brother's Keepers down here, and then again, her all about reading other books is there. On her bottom shelf is where she stores, again, same as Lila, her math, and she has all about spelling books, so she has all about spelling down here too, and then she has her own box of crayons that she got last year in first grade that she wanted to keep. So she has that in her cart as well. So that's pretty much the girls' 2 carts. It's just their basic core subjects, math, reading, and writing, and then the few extra things that we do in morning time and Bible. That's kind of what's in their carts. I've done a couple other videos here on our channel, so make sure you check those out if you haven't saw already. I kind of went over my curriculum of what I was doing for homeschooling, and I did a more in-depth video of how I set up the all about reading binders, again, that I got from a mom off Instagram, and the setup that she recommended has been really helpful in our learning as well. So make sure you check out those videos as well. And then the last thing that I wanted to go over with you is just some other things that I'm doing to kind of stay organized and use for homeschooling. I forgot one more thing over here. I keep some stuff over here that we use randomly. I got this other organization thing from another mom. This is where I just keep some other things I used to do for our morning time before they went to school last year. So these are just different note cards that I've gotten. I've got like God's attributes, little prayer cards, character cards that I got from September & Co. So this is where I kind of keep a lot of that stuff. So when I ever want to pull it out and review with the kids, I just grab this. So that's just a side thing I just wanted to show you that I've been really enjoying. And then other things I got, these are the clear bins I just all got from Amazon. But these are just some more side tools, which I'll go over when I go over more of my stuff I'm using for classical conversation. So I have these bins, and the main thing that I as a mom have is just a basket that I have all of my teacher's manuals for all about reading and all about spelling in here. I also have that new activity book that I got for classical conversations. They also came with a manual, so I have that in here for me. I have the kaleidoscope book that I'm reading from. So this is, again, we're going through Matthew. So as I'm reading this is when the girls would pull out their coloring books that goes along with that. So that's what's in here as well. And then I just have a few random things here that I've laminated that I've just gotten over the time. One mom, I forget where I got this from. Oh, the InspireTheMom.com. She had just a little hundreds chart, which helps us sometimes with the math. This too I got from Arrows and Applesauce. I got a few things from her. And then I just really saw this on one mom had in the background of one of her pictures in her homeschool room, and I really liked it. So I made it and printed it out and laminated as well. So I have those in here to kind of review with the kids. And the other two things that I have in here are the Story of the Worlds. And this is going to go along with our classical conversations and reading mostly volume 2 here. Volume 1 I actually had last year when I did summer stuff with the kids. I would read from that. So that's kind of what so far I just have. And a lot of this stuff is extra stuff for classical conversations, which I'll do a whole separate video on the things that I'm using to supplement our classical conversations, which, like I said before in a previous video, classical conversation is like the heart, the spine of our curriculum, and then I just added on, as you can see, the spelling, the handwriting, the all about reading, and then the math, the good and the beautiful. So that is what I have set up. That's kind of like our carts and how everything has been organized over here. So again, I'm a mom who doesn't have a dedicated schoolroom, so these carts have just been really helpful in that, and I can move them around, the kids can move them, we can store them away when we're done with schoolwork. So that is it for me today. I really hope you enjoyed today's video. Don't forget to give this video a like, a thumbs up, letting me know that you enjoyed today's video and that you want to see more of how I'm going about organizing and approaching our homeschooling days here. I appreciate you guys so very much. If you have any questions, make sure you head over to Instagram at Lori Michelle to follow with me up over there. And I share a little bit more in the moments of our days as we are homeschooling, so make sure you keep up with our stories over there. And subscribe so you don't miss any video, because more are always coming your way. And thanks again so much for joining me for today's video. See you in the next one.